Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. I have no idea what Warner Brothers is thinking right now, but holy cow, the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League game just continues to get worse out there. They just had a launch of a brand new season, and guess what? Color us shock there. It didn't attract any new players, and it didn't pull anybody else in for the game, and it still has one of the worst peak concurrent player levels out there. And ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely hilarious to see a game that was heavily influenced by Sweet Baby Inc. and how that is shown in through the gameplay and through the absolutely boring insanity, because as once again we've seen time and time again where they concentrate on diversity, inclusion, and equity and decide to put everything else to the sideways as far as actually giving you any original content without giving you original game mechanics, with just not concentrating on making a good quality game. And well, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, look what we've got here. Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League Season 3 debuts to less than 300 Steam players. Houston, we have a Gotham. Yeah. A Gotham that has a whole lot of problems. And of course, right over here, we also have some wonderful stuff that cites out the new character, the new Zoe Lawton. Yes, Deadshot's daughter, who canonically in the comics has been not black, who got race swapped and has green hair and literally looks like nothing more than a diversity, inclusion, and equity hire with all the flags and pronouns and all of that kind of stuff built right into her costume. Yeah, color us shocked there. That didn't bring any actual players back to the latest season of this game. I mean, literally, Warner Brothers Gaming, this game has to be costing you more money just in server space to keep this thing going than you could possibly be making on it. The only thing I can figure is at this point, they've got literally like one server left that they're just running this because the content has already been built and it's already paid for and it's already done. They're just going to ship it out to like the last 300 people that are actually playing this game. Yeah, it's pathetic. It's sad. It's this absolutely insane. And guess what? It's exactly what they deserve. They decided to side with Sweet Baby Inc. They decided to go forward after making so many incredible Batman Arkham games, decided to go with a bunch of diversity, inclusion, and equity nonsense. Literally watch the heroes being taken out by a bunch of B-rate villains at best, boys and girls. And I wonder why it didn't land with all of the DC fans out there. Color us shocked there. So we're going to check out these articles. We're going to go over all the juicy details and see exactly how bad this is for all of them out there. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Let us know what you think about all this in the comments, too. Did you have faith a little bit, at least in this Rocksteady game out there? Or did you at least give it a try out there and let you know what everybody thought about that and actually give it a fair chance? Is it some of those things that you, just like so many other players, completely and totally fell off? Or are you one of the less than 300 people out there who decided to go back and play this game again? Let us know what you think about all that in the comments section down below. And after all, it does help with the algorithm. So we're going to check over here real quick because I thought this was absolutely hilarious, because this is one of them situations where this is one of those companies that they won't talk about. This is one of those magazines that they won't talk about the problems in this. They'll just give you all the stats and statistics and show that it's a big old problem out there without talking about the giant elephant in the room, which is, of course, all of the agenda-driven DEI nonsense and, of course, Sweet Baby Inc.'s integral involvement in this game. So Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League Season 3 debuts to less than 300 Steam players. Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League third season is here, but its Steam debut has failed to entice players back to the game. Season 3 of Rocksteady's Misfit co-op shooter arrived yesterday, 1st October, bringing new playable character Zoe Lawton to it. Yes, the race-swapped version of Deadshot's daughter. The season also lands players back in Gotham, but not as we've seen it before. In Elseworlds Earth, it has long stand against Brainiac and Gotham City, rather than Metropolis. After it fell, Brainiac decided he had a little use for the failing city, leaving it to fall into the void. As all of this left rivers of lava pour through the city and so on, other additions to the season include new gear and a number of bug fixes. However, it seems many people are really not interested in seeing this version of DC's iconic city. According to SteamDB, Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League had a 24-hour player peak of just 248. It couldn't even crack 250. 250 when the new season launched. Even your hardcore simps for the spirit of the age out there, you could not rally enough of them for this even to break 250 when you launch your new season. Wow. No wonder this game's like a $300 million flop, Warner Brothers. Meanwhile, at the time of writing, there are just 144 Steam players in the game. Color us shocked there. Now, they go on to talk about all the losses and everything else. But one of the nice parts about this lovely little Bounding into Comics article over here from Nikolai points out what a lot of the people are saying after this game got left out there. So obviously this is from the people that are actually playing the game, that have actually enjoyed this and didn't completely and totally avoid this like so many of us out there did, because we heard about Sweet Baby Inc's involvement and we saw the trailers, boys and girls. Well, unfortunately for Rocksteady and Warner Bros. Games, Zoe's Edition has done little to impress Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League's few remaining players. So this is from Poncho Z over there. So nothing new. A new character that plays exactly like the previous ones and just reskins for weapons and the same boss battle again. Jesus, they aren't even trying anymore. And like, seriously, why would you pay for a season pass on something like this? It's just a repeat of the same thing. I mean, at least Fortnite, yeah, they do a lot of reskins and all that kind of stuff, but at least their maps change. At least there's new missions. At least there's new themes. But no. Apparently they were too lazy over there at Rocksteady to do that and believed that diversity, equity, inclusion was going to make this game sell 1 billion copies and was going to make them so much money. Oh, yeah. How'd that work out? Remember last year when Hogwarts Legacy was all boycotted by all these crazy little woke psychopaths out there? You know, the same people that support Suicide the Justice League and all the backlash that happened with that. What happened to that game? Oh, that's right. It became the #1 selling game of the year, beating out Call of Duty. Okay? But in this case, you just got duty because you decided to allow Sweet Baby Inc. to infect your entire corporation out there and destroy things. And now we're seeing the exact same kind of stuff. This is what happens when you concentrate on all of that kind of stuff. So here's another one. Tucker Gaming question. Why are we fighting the same Brainiac fights when there are all different universes? He took it over with countless different Justice League members he could have cloned. Because they don't have any original thought or any actual creativity left in their brain, because all they do is concentrate on diversity, inclusion, and equity. Why in a looter shooter you don't have raids? Nothing new to the open world. Brainiac would have taken over Gotham at this point. Nothing new to each character build. They can also still all do the same thing, and nothing new to the mission pool. The potential this game had, and Warner Bros. Rocksteady not listening to the community, is sad. Do better, team. And we already know there's massive amount of layoffs that have come over there at Rocksteady because of the backlash and the absolute failure that is Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. And guess what? You did it to yourself. So Chris Hancock points out here, says this game was really doomed from the start. If this is the seasons they've had. This game was really doomed from the start if this is the seasons they've had. Between the atrocity that was Mrs. Freeze, oh yes, another gender swap who also happened to be gay! Yay, isn't that exactly what you wanted in your DC game? I'm sure you couldn't wait to go out and play as Mrs. Freeze and help her save her wife. Now this random character. So many choices, they drop the ball so hard. This game just keeps getting worse. Yeah, and why wouldn't you just bring in Deadshot instead of his daughter? Oh, that's right, because even a black man is not enough to have to meet your diversity quota. It's got to be a woman with all this crazy colored hair and all of these rainbow flags all over her uniform. Oh, color us shocked there. And more than just the negative social media reactions, the general player disinterest in Suicide Squad continues offering can be seen in the game's current player count, which we already went over. It's absolutely abysmal. Overall, between Rocksteady failing to provide much content variety and fans being turned off because of it's more likely now than they ever have, the game's lifespan has no hope of extending past its original 4-season roadmap. Thank the Lord in heaven. Trying to bring in new characters that just aren't popular, the decision to reuse the same battles and mission types over and over again, these actions serve as proof that Rocksteady has failed to embrace the full potential of both their already established Arkham universe and the Justice League members themselves. Because yes, boys and girls, we couldn't have an actual Justice League game out there. We couldn't have all the heroes going out there and being their heroic selves. No, ladies and gentlemen, they want the only people to you be able to relate to and see as actual heroes in their video game as nothing more than a bunch of flawed criminal villains out there who get forced into slavery in order to do the right thing, because that really is the story of Suicide Squad in general. And this is what they've tried to put out there. And they wonder why people reject this. We wonder why people don't want this. Right? Because it's not just the diversity, it's the inclusion and the equity. It's also the destruction of any kind of actual hero's journey. It's the destruction of any kind of people that are actually a sign for what is pure and good out there in the world. Superman. They want to turn him into a villain. They want to turn him into a monster, whereas he is the purest example of what is meant to be a hero inside of the DC universe. They call him the Boy Scout for a reason. But you can't have that because those aren't heroes you can relate to, because you're a morally corrupt, evil, rotten, possessed by the spirit of the age, simp for the cult. And you will continue to do that. And as you continue to find out that the world rejects your evil, you will continue to fail. It's a beautiful thing to watch Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League absolutely fall flat and fail. Why? Because this is what happens. When you decide to dance with the devil, you're going to get burned. And Rocksteady, I think that deal worked out for you very badly. You may have sold your soul, but I don't think you got the reward you thought you were going to get.